Hey there, guys. How you doing? Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. I'm so excited to be here tonight because I have a very, very special announcement that literally, I've been waiting years to be able to have come out of my mouth. And so I'm super excited to be able to share that with you right now. Now, as you come into the room, just say hi to me. I'd love to be able to shout you out. And if I am brand new to you, let me quickly let you know who I be. Okay. So my name is Dr. Avis. I am an award winning author, a global speaker. I'm a media commentator. I am an I like to call myself a race and gender empowerment expert with a focus on Black women. I am the author of How Exceptional Black Women Lead. I'm a former DEI consultant, consider myself to be a diversity, equity, inclusion renegade turned seven figure entrepreneur, where I now help amazingly talented and brilliant Black business owners be able to make multi six, and yes, even seven figure leaps in their businesses. So I've had quite a diverse background, and I have brought my entire toolkit of backgrounds, yeah, plural, to what I have to share with you tonight. All right. So, hey there. Hi there, everybody. Hey, what's up? Dallas Fort Worth Entrepreneur Group is in the house. Great to see you. Haven't seen you in a minute. Hey there, Monique. That's one of my amazingly brilliant clients right there. Wonderful to see you, sis. I need to come to Dallas. My type of people are in Dallas. Y'all are like some like go getting folks in Dallas. I love myself. That Dallas and Houston area, y'all know what it's about. What's up, Deborah? So good to see you. Hey, Monique, so good to see you guys. So I'm excited to have you all on here. Rodney, so many of y'all on here. This is making me feel so happy to see so many come on in the room. What's up, Wendy? Okay, so I'm excited to share with you guys. I have to tell you what's going down. I'm about to burst. I cannot keep it in any longer. But before I do, let me just kind of just commiserate with you, or maybe just kind of share with you what I'm going through right now. Because I know that many of you, let me just ask you this question. Have you ever had a situation where you have really put years and years and years of what you do into a singular passion? You have over years put all these deposits like in this one place because it's something that you truly care about, and it's something that you can never see yourself not doing. It's really at the center of your passion, and you really feel like it's connected to why you're here. I hope that each and every one of you have had the experience of, in some way, having your life's work really connect to with you at that deep level, like what I'm explaining, right? And for me, it has been. Even though when I first sort of came on and I gave you my background, my whole spiel, it talked about a lot of things, right? But there was one through line through all of those things, right? The through line through all of those things is that at the center of it, at the heart of it, at the focus of it, right? And I haven't even mentioned everything because, like, for example, next week, we'll be releasing another, State of Black Women in America report. I've been the editor of that report now for going on a decade. We're almost at the 10-year mark, right? And so that's just something I do, okay? At the center of everything I do is Black women. Really, Black women are at the center. They are primarily, may not be the only people that I work with. They're not my only clients, for example, in any of the capacities that I spoke about. But they tend to be the majority of people that I work with. And some things that I do are exclusively focused on them, like that State of Black America report that I do every year that has to do with Black women, the State of Black Women in America reports, like all the work that I've done around the world in various countries throughout Africa and South America, throughout the Caribbean and other spaces. I've been in specifically training women of African descent and African women around career success, leadership success, and entrepreneurial success. And so I feel like I have been placed on this earth to help Black women rise. That's just my life's work. Now, I have to say that during my time in Africa, I swear, every time I go there, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, it is a spiritual experience. Has anybody ever been to the motherland? Let me know in the chat if you've been to any of the countries in Africa. I've had the joy of visiting several countries throughout West Africa, East Africa, Central Africa, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. Right, so I've been all over the continent. Have to get to North Africa. Okay, I still want to go to Egypt. That's on a bucket list. But throughout the other sort of areas in the on the continent, I've been through several of them. And honestly, it is the truth to say that every time I go there, it is a spiritual experience. I always have a deep kind of spiritual connection with the earth and with the people, right? And it is, it's always hard to leave. I want to say that it is very hard to leave when you feel that level of love for not only, you know, the space and just the awesome magnificence of the beauty of the land, and but the people. It's hard to leave. Yeah. Hey, Uganda was. Is that one of my Ugandan sisters? Yes, Uganda is one of my very, very favorite places. Ghana is one of my very, very favorite places. You guys understand what I'm talking about. If you have been there, you know what I'm talking about. To this day, I'm like, I'm dying to get back to all of those places. Okay. Tanzania's, Zanzibar, Uganda, Congo, Ghana, Liberia, South Africa. I mean, I just want to go back, okay, to each and every one. All right. Here's the thing. I knew that, at least right now at this stage of my life, I cannot live there permanently. But while I was there, and one of my trips there, I was thinking, I need to figure out how I can develop something that can serve two purposes. One of the things that I understand for real, for sure, from my visits around the world, not even just on the motherland, but when I see what we go through on other continents and knowing what we go through here in this nation, I see a through line of a similar experience. One thing I can tell you is absolutely true is that racism, sexism, and oppression in all of its various forms are stunningly consistent no matter where it exists. Let me say that again. Racism and sexism are stunningly consistent in all of its forms, no matter where it exists. That's why when you're looking at even the tragedy that's going on right now in that's going on right now in terms of the war that's going on between Ukraine and Russia, right? And you hear all of these horrible stories about the African students, in essence, literally and figuratively having to get to the back of the train or not being allowed on transportation as they're trying to leave the country too. Racism and sexism and oppression is stunningly consistent no matter where it exists. And I believe that because what we experience on these other all around the world is so consistent. It's consistent not just in relation to these large, big, you know, honestly huge tragic events like what's going on right now in Ukraine. It's consistent in terms of the little everyday things that hold us back. The reasons why we don't get the promotions at work, the reasons why we are paid less, the reasons why we have all sorts of challenges in terms of making sure that our businesses have all the advantages that all other businesses access with regards to being able to have the best footing to succeed. The challenges that we face, no matter where we are in the world, are stunningly consistent. And so when I was on the continent, I thought about I needed to develop something that could bring large groups of Black women together no matter where we are, from coast to coast in this country, as well as from any coast to any coast in any nation, right? Because we need to understand how we can all get the information that we need, the insider information, the insights, and the mutual support, quite frankly, that we need to be able to rise. Now, I told you that I've done training all over the world around three basic areas: around career success, around leadership success, and around entrepreneurship success. And guess what? When I train people in Tanzania, I'm basically training them with the same information that I give sisters when I'm training them in Chicago. Okay? It's the same information. It is the same information. It is relevant to us no matter where we are. And so I had an idea that I needed to somehow figure out a way that I could bring us all together where we could have access to the type of insider information that we normally don't get that other people get on a regular. Or we have access to being able to develop the type of strong and powerful relationships that we normally don't have access to, but other people leverage all the time in order to be able to succeed. I was trying to figure out how can I do that? Is that Eric? Is that Dr. Eric? Is that Dr. MBA, PhD, Eric Walton in the building? I was a little distracted. How you doing, Eric? Great to see you, man. And so I have to say, what I'm excited about tonight, and the reason why I'm so excited tonight, is because I am going to share with you something brand new that I've recently launched that I think fills that bill, that I believe provides a very accessible way that women of African descent all over this nation and quite frankly throughout the world can have access to in order to be able to get that insider information, to have access to a series of professional development opportunities and trainings that they can all access virtually, right? And then when we can, this might be easier for some than others. I definitely also want to have in-person components where we can travel together, where we can have networking opportunities together. I want us to be able to build the type of relationships and get the type of information and insights that we need to literally make real Anna Julia Cooper's idea of lifting as we climb. I think that's more than a phrase. I think that it's more than a thing. I think that it can be a charge, a responsibility that each of us can lift up to when we go about it in a very specific, organized, and mutually fulfilling way, right? And so I'm so happy and super proud to announce to you that we have developed and have recently launched something called the Exceptional Black Woman Network. I'm excited to share with you about this incredible network that I have put together that could be that safe space where Black women can each come together to be that mutually supportive arm to make sure that, when things are going crazy in our various individual spaces, that you can come to this place. And this is some place where everybody there knows what you're going through because we've all been through it. Okay. But more important than that, it's a space where you can have access to monthly fireside chats with the top 1% of Black women leaders. Why do I think that's important? Now, you might recall that I mentioned to you that I'm the author of an award-winning book. The name of the book is How Exceptional Black Women Lead. And as part of that book, I interviewed well over 70 amazingly successful Black women in various fields. Everything from corporate achievers to, very successful entrepreneurs to elected officials to very successful nonprofit executives. The list goes on and on and on. So across the career spectrum, okay? And I am, learning from all these women, I really think was a godsend for me personally, right? In addition to being able to share their wisdom in this book. I just, in fact, got a text from a sister in Congo yesterday. I'll have to post it here so you guys can see this is true, where she commented under the French version of my book and ended up getting picked up in French and distributed throughout Francophone Africa. The main language, universal language in Congo is French. And she responded to me and said that, she loves my book, that she reads it over and over again because she loves being able to learn from all the moms and sisters and aunties that she calls them in this book, that have all these various experiences that is helping her hone her leadership skills. Well, what's better than having a book is actually being able to speak to those people in person, actually having access to a seat in the room, right? Where I am able to have interviews with the top 1% of Black women leaders in various fields, and then give those of us who are in that space the opportunity to ask them direct questions about how did they get there? How did they overcome those challenges that we all know they faced in order to defy the odds? I mean, we know the statistics on it, right? Only about 1.4% of Black women ever make it into VP spaces if we're talking about the corporate realm. Only about 1.6 of us, I think it might be the other way around, but less than 2%, like only about 1.5 or so of us actually make it into a VP role or a C-suite role. And so what would it be like to be able to be one of those people that's able to literally learn from and hear from and just really, get the wonderful gems that they have to offer by being a fly on the wall on conversations with these top-notch achievers? That's what we're going to do inside the Exceptional Black Women Network. On a monthly basis, we'll be having those very, very important and critical conversations that will give you that insider information that you need to know specifically as a Black woman, because we have a different path, y'all. Let's just be real. We live a very different reality in terms of what we face in the workplace and what everybody else faces in the workplace. And this is a space where we can learn from those sisters who look just like us, who face the very same challenges that we do, but have found the way. They have found the way to defy the odds and achieve anyway, right? Does that sound familiar, Eric? Achieve anyway, right? And so I want to make sure that I want to bring that book to life. In other words, I want you to have the opportunity to be in on those conversations, to be able to ask those questions yourselves. That's what we'll do with the fireside chats. But guess what, guys? That's not all. That's not all. Okay. In addition to fireside chats, we'll also be having regular Let's Do Lunch workshop series, where you'll have access to experts who can train you on various different professional development skills that can ensure that you have access to that skills development arm that you need in order to maximize your success in your career. And this would vacillate on topics from one Let's Do Lunch to the next. Most of them, they'll be split between things that are very relevant to people who have the traditional career path, as well as those people who have, the entrepreneurial path. But the bottom line is these are skills that you'll be taught on a regular basis as part of this network. In addition to that, you guys, we're going to have our own Exceptional Black Woman Job Vault, okay? Because I personally believe a sister's got to have options. That's just my belief, okay? You got to always have options, sis, okay? Mm-hmm. And so we will be having in our network a space where you can always peruse through and see, where are my next options? Absolutely. Okay. See if there are opportunities out there that you want to go for. All right. And it's also a place where network members can share when they know that where they are working at is hiring. And perhaps there's some relationship building that can develop inside the network that can help you get a leg up if you know you want to go for one of those jobs. We know all the time that the good old boy network gets people in places. Yes. We know that happens all the time. And so I think we need our own good old Exceptional Black Woman Network to make that happen too on a regular. Okay. In addition to all of that, we'll be having weekly micro masterminds. These are just opportunities for us to get together over a lunchtime and just chat about those things, various different topics that we will discuss as part of the larger community, like different things you want us to think about that can help us along our career journey. We'll be having some fun stuff too, you guys, because it's not all about work. It's about life, right? It's about really having a life that you love. I am of the belief that you need to decide what you want in your life, and then you contort your career around that rather than the other way around. And so we're going to focus a lot on holistic life success in this particular network. So, it's a mind, body, spirit thing, as well as a go get your coins thing. Okay. With that said, we're going to be having not only a networking brunch series where we'll get a chance to meet together in person as it gets safer and safer, that will travel around the country. And maybe I can go to Dallas for one of those, by the way. And then in addition to that, we'll be having tropical retreats as part of this network as well. Because personally, a sister likes to spend some time on the beach. Okay. So sister likes to spend some time in a spa. Okay. And so we need to have that time too, where we can just not even think about work and we can just think about pouring into ourselves, because it's just so rare that we get those opportunities to literally just relax and renew and release and just enjoy without the normal stressors that face us in everyday life. That is part of the type of experiences you will have as part of the Exceptional Black Woman Network. There's a whole list of other things that I could tell you, but let me just get right down to the nitty gritty. Okay. Because I want this to be something that is available to everybody, I think it's important that I provide an opportunity for it to be accessible for women across the career spectrum. And so I have a level of this membership that's available to what I call our exceptional emerging leaders. These are for young Black women towards the beginning of their career stage, their career journey, where they really want to get that access to be in the room with the more seasoned sisters and get that insider information, that personal development, exactly personal development, that professional development that they need, that they may not be getting that same type of nurturing that they need on their regular jobs. You know what I mean? And probably they aren't. Okay. We want to provide that space where they can get it, and we want it to be accessible for them. Okay. So for the exceptional emerging leaders, they can have access to the Exceptional Black Woman Network for the amazingly affordable investment of $47 a month. Yes, you heard me correctly. $47 a month. Or they can, in essence, get 2 months free by paying in full with a one-time annual membership investment of $497. That's it. Okay. Now, for our more seasoned mid career professionals, for those sisters who are executives or who are executive bound, like if they are really, they want to get there and they want to have greater access to some of the information and connections that you can have as part of this mentorship, as part of this network. Our exceptional executive level of this membership comes in at just $97 per month, right? So still extremely affordable. But you have a few extra perks, obviously, when you come in at this level. However, it's well worth it. Either way, they are incredible. With this one too, you can save, in essence, get 2 months for free if you pay in full with a one-time payment of $997. Now, let's think about this. The emerging leaders investment level for this membership breaks down to less than $2 a day, y'all. Less than $2 a day. Who doesn't have that? Okay. Less than $2 a day. For those who are considering this, who are more seasoned, the more mid-career professionals, those who are at the executive ranks or working towards the executive ranks, it's still so affordable, right? It costs less than what it would cost you to get your daily cup of Starbucks. Okay. To be in a mentorship that would give you the access that you need to a key network of exceptional Black women, including access to be in the room with these high level conversations with the toppest of top tiers of exceptional Black women leaders so that you can learn from the best. I mean, to me, this is a complete no brainer. So, the reason why I'm coming on here to tell you about this tonight, you guys, is because I'm just launching it. Those amazing sisters who took part in the Black Woman Revolution training that I had a few days ago, they were actually the first to know. But I wanted to be able to give you the opportunity to join them because we're going through our inaugural enrollment of our first class of members for the Exceptional Black Woman Network. And since all of you are part of my networks on all these various different social media channels, I wanted to give you the opportunity to get in where the gooding is good as well. Okay. So what I want you to know is that I wanted to let you know that until Sunday at midnight, I am holding the door open for individuals to be a part of this initial class. The inaugural class gets perks that everybody else that comes after you will not get, okay? So a couple of those perks include things like next week, in fact, I'm doing a live salary negotiation and raise negotiation training within the network. You want to be in here so you can be there for that. I'm also doing the week after that a training for our exceptional executive ranked members. I'm doing a special training for them around limitless living life mapping training. And I'm doing that because I believe that oftentimes it's hard to sort of integrate your work life and your home life in a way that really reflects what you really want. This is about being intentional about that and literally mapping that out so you can actually not just dream it, but live it. Okay. Uh, and having access to those trainings live mean that you'll be able to ask me questions about your particular circumstance and I can give you direct feedback. Nobody else is going to have that opportunity after this initial class. All right. And so I wanted to come on and give you the opportunity for that. For you to get more information about this network and to sign up, right now you can go to exceptionalblackwoman.com. That's exceptionalblackwoman.com. Because StreamYard is StreamYard. Oh, it is letting me put that in there. I was thinking it wasn't going to let me put it in there. Okay. So I'm going to put it in. I don't know if it's saying here that it won't post to some destinations. So if it's not showing up where you are, I apologize. But you can just go to the URL that's mentioned as on the ticker at the bottom of the screen here, exceptionalblackwoman.com, and you can right now sign up for it. I really suggest that you do that. If you have any questions about it, DM me, okay? DM me and I will be more than happy to answer it. Or you can send any questions that you might have to info@exceptionalblackwoman.com. But here's what I know. This is a dream that I've literally had in my head for years. And this is just the beginning of that dream. I see a very long and amazing road for this network. I see it not only stretching from coast to coast in this nation, I see this as something that can literally touch the world and touch women of African descent and African women for decades to come, right? This really is the vision that I believe that I had the last time that I was in the motherland. To me, this is the personification. This is a real life version of it coming into fruition. And so I'm excited to be able to share this with you. Oh, that's great, Eve. I'm glad you love it. I'm really happy to be able to share this with you because I want you to have the opportunity to take advantage of it, generally speaking, but specifically to have the opportunity to be one of those few individuals who will be part of the initial class, okay, who will get the bonuses that I just spoke of, as well as all of the other benefits that come with being a member of the Exceptional Black Woman Network. Good evening, Tanya Sloan. It's good to see you, girl. Excuse me. Been coming down with a little something. I've been fighting off the urge to cough, and it came out anyway. So excuse me, please. But I do want to say I'm excited about it. I'm excited that the time is here to announce it to the world. I'm excited that we've already welcomed in our first roughly 50 members to this network. You need to be in that number too, okay? We are just getting off the ground and you need to be part of this amazing, amazing organization that I truly believe will change the world. One last thing I will say. As a Black woman, and for the Black men out there who love us and have Black women in your circle, we all know that we have faced a very particular road, a road that is unique and distinctive to our experience. And that road is something that, quite frankly, hasn't changed. It hasn't changed substantially. We continuously have a more challenging experience in the workplace, to put it lightly. Here's what I know for sure. Nobody's coming to save us. Period. Nobody is coming to save us. We are going to have to save ourselves. It is that belief that is really at the foundation of what is being created here. Because here's what I also know. We are more than capable of saving ourselves. We are more than capable of creating the future that we want to. We are more powerful than any of us can imagine, especially when we leverage our brilliance in service to one another. especially when we do that. So what I'm saying is that we don't need anybody to save us. We can save ourselves. I'm excited to let you know that the doors are open to the Exceptional Black Woman Network. I want to welcome you inside. This is a space specifically built for you, for your future, for your success, for your dreams. This is a place that was created and specifically curated for you to rise. I look forward to welcoming you inside. So with that said, it's been wonderful chatting with you all this evening. I'm so excited that you guys are among the first to learn about this. I think in my mind, this is like historic. I don't know that I have a Kanye West size ego, but I'm going to call it historic. Okay. All right. So I'm going to call it historic and dare anybody to tell me that it ain't. Okay. But in the meantime, I'm just saying this is for the love of us. This is for the love of us. And I know that together there is nothing that we can't do. So if you're ready to reach your biggest, boldest career ambitions and have that life that you absolutely imagine, make that thing a reality, then this is the network that can help you do just that. Go right now to exceptionalblackwoman.com. That's exceptionalblackwoman.com. Sign up and I'll see you inside. With that said, this has been wonderful this evening. Guys, you have a wonderful night. It's been great talking with you. It's been great seeing some of my best buds in the comment section. I look forward to seeing you guys later, especially those of you who have made the decision to join the network. I'll see you there. Take care, guys. Bye.